This is a review of Swan Creek wax melts, drizzle melts, and herbal melts that I got through Cape Candle, the Cape Candle website. You can find the link underneath this video. You can buy them from Swan Creek directly, but they're $6.25 each. You can also get them from Tractor Supply, Bass Pro, and some other stores. I got them through Cape Candle because they're only $4.99. They're 4.75 ounces though, so they're much larger than the regular 2.5 ounce wax melts that you get at Walmart. Each cube is double the size, so if you're used to using 1 cube from a regular wax melt, you can use half a cube of Swan Creek. At $4.99, that works out to $1.05 per ounce, which also works out to $2.62 for the equivalent size of like a Walmart wax melt. So that's actually a really, really good price. These wax melts, the one positive thing I have to say about the Swan Creek wax melts is the scents are phenomenal. They're authentic, they are delicious, they're rich. I don't think any of them had any off type scents like sour notes or weird chemical notes or anything like that. They smell phenomenal. They are 100% pure soy as far as I know. And one thing I don't like is they're very messy and crumbly, kind of like blue cheese. So trying to get a cube out, even if you try to get a full cube out, you have to use a butter knife, and it just gets all over the place. It's soft and kind of greasy, but that's soy. So I'm not really crazy about soy wax, and also in general, soy wax doesn't throw very well. However, these did throw fairly well. There were a couple that were really, really strong throwers. In general, I would say they were good to excellent in terms of throw. But disappointingly, the duration was horrendous. The scent started from I'd say most of these, the scent fizzled within 1 to 2 hours. A couple, maybe 3 hours tops, but I would say an average of 1 to 2 hours. And I melted these in a regular 20-watt warmer. I even tried them in a 15-watt and a 17-watt because I know that soy and soft wax tends to prefer lower temperatures, and it didn't make a difference. Yeah, the duration was very, very disappointing because the scents smell so good. In fact, some of them I was actually considering keeping just to kind of open up the package and sniff once in a while. I mean, there are a couple that I actually left open in my room, and it smelled stronger just leaving it open without even putting it in the warmer. So maybe I'll keep a couple and do that. But that was that's the disappointing part, is that the scents did not last long. They dissipated within 1 to 2 hours for the most part. And also a friend of mine also, a friend of mine and I split the order. So he bought some and I bought some, and he melted a couple of them, and he's like, he gave the rest back. He says he was so distraught. He was like, yeah, these aren't even worth it. He was really upset because they smell so good, but the duration was just terrible. So I did call Cape Candle. They are going to email me a return label to send them back, and they're going to give me a refund, which I think is wonderful that they that they are going to accept the return, considering that all of these have been used. The guy was kind of taken aback. I think he was a little bit offended that I said that they, that they didn't last very long. And he said, nobody has ever called with any complaints about Swan Creek wax melts. We've never heard anyone complain about them. But in our Facebook group, however, some people really love them, some people don't like them. So I guess there's a lot of variables that determine throw. I can't imagine how these could last longer. I mean, on some of them, I even put in an entire cube, which is like double the amount that I normally would, and it didn't make a difference at all. So, a couple of these, however, did throw for a really long time, and I did make a note of which ones they were. I think there were one or two that actually lasted the entire day, so I was really happy about that. So, without further ado, since I've got 30 cents here, I'm going to try to go through each of these quickly. If you've never seen my reviews before, when I do my reviews, I don't look at the notes until after I've done the review because I don't want to be swayed by what I think it should smell like. So, it's going to be hard to, there's so many of these here. The first one we're going to do is almond milk and Tupelo honey. The notes are the rarest and sweetest of honey, sweetest Tupelo honey, only harvested in Georgia and Florida, is combined with rich and creamy roasted almond milk for a nutty, rich, and buttery fragrance. This is a fantastic, sweet almond scent that smells like an almond confection, like marzipan or almond fudge. It's very rich with a sweet buttercream note. It smells almost exactly like the sweet almond cream scent that I'll be reviewing a little bit later, but sweeter and richer. I don't really smell honey, though, per se. And the throw was excellent. I'd say strong, or like a 3.75 out of 5. So really strong throw. This, unfortunately, was one of the ones that only lasted for an hour or two. Next, we have Butterscotch Brandy. Notes are mild hints of brandy and caramel mixed with a delicious throw of butterscotch. This one smells like butterscotch candies with a rum note. It's a fantastic combination, and it's super strong on cold sniff. Looking at the scent notes, I smell more butterscotch than caramel. This one I think lasted a little bit longer, like maybe 3 hours, which is okay. I'm okay with 3 hours. Throw was good, like 3.25 out of 5. So I really do like this one, Butterscotch Brandy. Caf Au Lait. The notes are the strong fragrance of roasted coffee infused with chocolate, creamy vanilla, and roasted hazelnuts. I love this scent. It's a strong, authentic coffee with a bit of a sweet vanilla buttercream note and possibly a hint of chocolate, and I think there's a smidgen of nuttiness in the background. Looking at the notes, they're spot on, but this scent dissipated in under an hour. Like within 45 minutes, it was almost gone. So this one was really, really disappointing because it smells so good. And the throw was strong, like a 3.5 to 4 out of 3.75 out of 5. Cedar wood and sweet orange. Notes are a welcoming woodsy tone of cedar wood with hints of pure orange zest. I really like this one. It smells like a combination of cedar, patchouli, and a little like rich patchouli, cedar, and just a hint of orange. On cold sniff, I can smell the orange, but when melted, I can barely smell it. It's just a fantastic, warm, rich patchouli cedar scent with that orange note. It's really probably one of my favorite scents I've ever smelled. Throw was strong, like a 4 or even a 5 out of 5, probably more bold than strong. And this one lasted the entire day. It lasted for like at least 8 hours. So I was really surprised and pleased because it's such a great scent. So that one, cedar wood and sweet orange, definitely a winner. Cherry almond buttercream. Notes are sweet cherries, roasted Italian almonds, and whipped fresh buttercream are layered with hints of black plum and mandarin. This smells just like the scent name. Almond with a maraschino cherry note and a hint of sweet vanilla buttercream. It's so yummy. The cherry note is a bit artificial, but it doesn't detract from the scent at all. It also smells like there may be a hint of bourbon or whiskey in the background. Looking at the scent notes, I think I do smell a smidgen of the mandarin, which is orange, way in the background. It's a fantastic scent, but this one fizzled in under an hour. I'd say like by like 45 to 50 minutes, like around 45 minutes or so, it was almost gone. Throw was strong, like a 3.5 out of 5. So that was disappointing that it fizzled so quickly because it smelled so good. Next is Cinnamon Hazelnut Latte. Notes are spicy cinnamon, cream, light nutty hazelnuts, and a mild coffee. I really like this yummy scent. I smell the sweet hazelnut first, which smells more like hazelnut than their hazelnut scent, with a vanilla buttercream note and a hint of coffee and cinnamon. The cinnamon is subtle, not as spicy as the scent notes suggest. When melted, a rich buttery note comes out that makes it smell a little bit like a cinnamon roll, even though the cinnamon is subtle. It's a really nice, yummy scent. And the throw was like a 3.5 out of 5. It was definitely a good, nice, good, strong throw. I forget how long this one lasted. Probably 2 or 3 hours. Next is Citrus and Sage. The notes are the refreshing aroma of mandarin, tangerine, ruby red grapefruit, and lemon rinds, with base notes of fresh sage leaves. This smells like a combination of very zesty lemon and lime juice with maybe a tiny bit of grapefruit. I don't smell sage per se, but it does have a tiny bit of a savory note way in the background. It's also like lip-puckeringly zesty and a little salty with just a tiny bit of sweetness and a little bit of sourness, like a super lemon lime lemonade with barely any sugar. I really like it. It's a nice change from all like the lemon bakery, cake, and cookie scents out there. The notes don't show lime, but they do show mandarin and tangerine, although I don't really smell orange. And unfortunately, in this scent, of course, this scent fizzled within 1 to 2 hours. Also, the citrus and sage, this is the more literal interpretation of sage and citrus. Most similar scents with that name that I've smelled before are completely different, more like a sweet herbal scent with an industrial cleaner note, but not in a bad way. Some other sage and citrus combinations that I've smelled are Tuscany Candle, sage and citrus, Yankee Candle, sage and citrus, and Goose Creek Candle, sage, leaf, and citrus. All 3 of those scents are totally, like this scent is totally different from all of those. And the throw was good, 3 out of 5. Next we have Cranberry Apple Crisp. Notes are rich cranberry, fresh apple cider, and mild cinnamon. This yummy scent smells more like pears than apples, although I do smell a bit of apple as well. There's also a sweet buttery bakery note too, but it's not an overly sweet scent, so it smells kind of authentic. There may be just like it's a little tiny bit of just a smidgen of tartness from the cranberry, but I don't think I actually smell cranberry. I don't really smell cinnamon either, although it might be very subtle and way in the background. It's a nice yummy scent, but there's something harsh in there. Like not tart, but just it's too rich, or it's not like it's too sweet, but it's just too something. Even my friend said like he didn't like it, and I normally like these types of scents, but there was something that I didn't care for. This one is best suited for a large room because the throw was bold, 5 out of 5, took over the entire house, and this scent lasted like 5 to 6 hours. So that was actually really nice. I liked the scent, but it was just, there was something about it that was just too much. I don't even know how to describe that. But next we have Elderberry and rosewater. Notes are delicate wild harvested elderberries are infused together with Bulgarian rose petals, wild ginger, and Belgian sugar pearls. I think this might be one of the best, yummiest, and most unusual berry scents I've ever smelled. It smells like a thick, super sweet blueberry compote with possibly a hint of brown sugar or maple. and but it's not really a foodie scent either, and it's not even overly fruity. I don't smell rose on cold sniff, but I do smell it a bit in the background when melting, so maybe that's what makes this scent smell so unusual, is that combination of kind of like a combination of blueberry and rose, if that makes sense. That's kind of what it smells like, and it really works. I think this one is my favorite out of all the Swan Creek scents, and the throw was strong, 4 out of 5. I think this one lasted a little bit longer, maybe 2 or 3 hours, possibly, but it smells so good I actually didn't even care. Next is Farmer's Market. The notes are a cornucopia for the senses, earthy wood notes, green leaves, summer citrus, and bamboo all combined together to replicate a fresh local market with hints of wild grass as an undertone, fresh, light, and layered. This one smells like fresh, crisp green grass mixed with sweet greenhouse flowers. It's very natural and it smells great. Looking at the notes, I don't really smell any woodsy notes, although maybe a hint of sweet cedar way in the background. I don't think I smell citrus either, unless it's a smidgen of, just a barely detectable smidgen of grapefruit, maybe. And bamboo has a nutty coconut note, but I don't smell that at all. Like I said, it's really like sweet green grass with like a floral. It's very, very nice. I think this one lasted a little bit longer than the others, and the throw is strong, like a 3.75 out of 5. Next we have Glowing Garden. Notes are overflowing with healthy fruits and veggies. This bright, crisp fragrance consists of guava nectar, turmeric, baby carrots, beets, radishes, and pink tangerine. This one's very weak on cold sniff, so I wasn't sure what I was melting. I think I detect orange. Melted, it's like rich, creamy strawberry with a bit of an orange note, although it smells more like strawberry-scented lipstick or skin cream rather than real strawberries. It's actually very nice. Looking at the scent notes, the strawberry I'm smelling might be the guava nectar, and there's the orange that I detected, which is the tangerine. I don't smell carrots, beets, or radishes, and turmeric has a ginger note, but I don't smell that either. The throw on this, I forget how long this one lasted. The throw was good to strong, 3.25 out of 5, I would say. Golden Mimosa. Notes are bold throws of orange, grapefruit, and citrus blended with a hint of champagne. This smells like orange soda, although it's just slightly less sweet, maybe because of the grapefruit, although I don't specifically smell grapefruit. It's a nice scent with a little bit of fizziness, and the throw was good, 3 out of 5. I don't think this one lasted very long either. Next is Grapefruit and Mint Leaves. Notes are a refreshing throw of grapefruit combined with a cooling tone of fresh mint. I love this scent. It's grapefruit with a zesty, slightly lemony note. It's not a sweet grapefruit though, and I don't smell mint at all or any cooling tones or sinus clearing effects, unless maybe it's just supposed to be a garden mint, because it does have a little bit of a savory note. The throw is strong, 4 out of 5. I think this one lasted maybe around 3 hours. Next is Hazelnut. Notes are wonderful aroma. Gosh, I'm starting to get tired. There's a lot of these to review. Notes are wonderful aroma of freshly toasted hazelnuts with base notes of vanilla and butter. This is a creamy, buttery vanilla scent with a slightly nutty note. Not necessarily hazelnut, but not peanut either. Actually, their cinnamon hazelnut latte scent actually smelled more like hazelnut. This one might have a smidgen of coffee, possibly. It's just a little bit sweet. I like it, but it's similar to a lot of like cakey bakery type scents that I've smelled. And the throw, this one probably has the weakest throw, which is still not weak. It's like, I would say between a 2.5 and a 3 out of 5, 2.75, so probably like a medium throw. I forget how long it lasted. Ivy and Pear. Notes are a ripe, crisp pear blended with green leafy notes and a touch of agave nectar. This smells like fresh, crisp, sweet, juicy pear. That's it. Nothing else added. It's totally authentic, and if I close my eyes, I really think someone's eating a pear. I don't smell any green leafy notes. It's very similar to their Thai pear scent, which I'll be reviewing a little bit later. And although both of these are authentic, this scent is more authentic. After melting for about an hour, it started taking on a little bit of like a bug spray note, but not enough to ruin the scent. And I think it lasted for maybe 2 hours. The throw was strong, like a 3.75 out of 5. Oh, okay, now we're halfway there. Oh boy. All right. Key lime cream. Notes are a perfect combination of lime, sweet cream, and of course sugar makes this a must-have for all sweet tooth lovers. This is a very tart, zesty, like lip puckering lime scent with a little bit of creaminess and just a hint of sweetness. It's not nearly as sweet as the scent notes would suggest, but it's very refreshing and summery. I really like it. I forget how long it lasted. The throw was good to strong, like a 3.5 out of 5. Lavender and lemongrass. Notes are the calming effects of traditional lavender combined with the aroma of fresh cut lemongrass. This is a fantastic spa-type scent that combines authentic lavender and zesty lemon and a bit of a lemongrass note. I think the lemon is very slightly stronger than the lavender. It's not a sweet scent at all. I also reviewed this one in 2017. I really like this one. The throw was good. A good throw, like 3.25 out of 5. And this one lasted maybe 3 hours, 3 or 4 hours. Next is leather. The notes are the distinct scent of rich leather. This is a unique scent and I really like it, but it's not a leather scent. It smells like sweet tobacco with smoky marshmallow and just a smidgen of leather. As time went on, though, it started smelling more like a smoky campfire marshmallow with just a hint of sweet tobacco and no leather notes. I still like it, though. It's a very nice scent, and throw is strong, like a 3.75 out of 5. Next is Magnolia Mist. I couldn't find the scent notes for this one, but it's a fantastic, authentic scent that really smells like a magnolia flower. With that, magnolia has like a little bit of a lemony note. It has a little bit of a hothouse flower type note, and it's not overly sweet, and it's not perfumey. And the lemon note is quite strong, but it's definitely a floral scent rather than a lemon scent. This scent lasted around 6 hours, which I was really happy about. Comparing this scent to the Sensationals, Sensationals has a magnolia scent. So these two are similar, but they're not the same. They both have that lemony floral scent, and they're both authentic, but the Sensationals Magnolia is sweeter with a soapy, powdery rose note that makes it smell a little bit more like authentic rose than magnolia. They're both fantastic scents with the same throw, and I can't say I like one more than the other. The throw is strong, like 3.5 out of 5. So this one was a winner for me. Next is Mandarin Coriander. Notes are a citrusy treat. The blend of fresh mandarins and coriander is perfect for anyone who loves to cook. I can't figure out the notes for this scent. I do smell orange, but it's mostly something else, like an earthy or mossy type scent, maybe. Possibly with a hint of light wood. A smidgen of a soapy note, maybe. I've never smelled anything like it, but I like it. I don't know what coriander smells like, but most of Swan Creek Candle's scents are authentic, so what I'm smelling might actually be coriander. It's got just a tiny smidgen of sweetness, hardly at all, but it's also not savory or sour. It's just an unusual scent that I really, really like. I think it lasted for like 3 hours or so. And the throw was strong, like 3.75 out of 5. Mountain Berry Parfait. This scent is incredible. The notes are wild blueberries, red raspberries, peach, and strawberry fused together with fresh coconut, condensed milk, orange zest, and sweet cream for a bright and buttery berry confection. This might be one of the yummiest scents I've ever smelled. I smell sweet berries, blueberries, I think, mixed with a super rich, buttery, almost nauseatingly sweet buttercream frosting. There may also be a smidgen of coconut in there. And looking at the notes, they're spot on. The throw was strong, 4 out of 5. The scent only lasted barely 3 hours. And then I tried it again with double the amount. So I used 1 entire cube, which is the equivalent of 2 cubes of a regular wax melt from Walmart. It did not change the duration at all. It still lasted for like 2.5 hours, which was disappointing because this smells so incredible. So yeah, that one was a bummer because it's kind of useless if it only lasts for 1 or 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever. Next is Mulberry and Mandarin. Notes are richly scented with ripe sweet berries and fresh peeled mandarin oranges. I smell mostly the mulberry and a little bit of the orange, which is mandarin, but the combination makes it smell like an intense and very fruity grape juice. It's a nice scent if you like grape type scents. I'm not really a fan of grape juice type scents, but if that's what you like, then this is definitely the scent for you. And the throw is strong, 3.5 out of 5. Oh, sugar, sugar. Notes are luscious layers of sponge sugar, candy sprinkles, lemon zest, marshmallow, and blue raspberry are blended together with vanilla cream. I adore this scent. It's pink sugar, which is a super sweet raspberry and lemon with a perfumey note. But although it's very sweet, it's more fruity and less perfumey than other pink sugar scents I've smelled. It's more like a cotton candy or fruity candy scent. I smell sugary marshmallow with zesty lemon and tangy raspberry and possibly a hint of blueberry. Looking at the scent notes, they're spot on. And the throw was good, like 3 to 3.5 out of 5, like a 3.25 out of 5. Not as strong as I'd like, but pretty good. I forget how much. I think this one lasted for a couple of hours. Next is Olive Verbena. Notes are fresh and delicious blend of crushed olive leaves and verbena plant fragrances. This is a perfect lemon verbena scent with the lemongrass note. It's a little sweeter than other lemongrass and verbena scents I've smelled, like there may be a hint of a floral way in the background like orange blossom. I don't smell any olive notes, which I assume would give this a savory or salad-like vibe, which this scent is not. It's a wonderful spa scent, but it's also a clean scent because it smells a little bit like lemon-scented Pledge, in a good way. This one lasted around 5 or 6 hours, so I was really pleased about that, and the throw is strong, 4 out of 5, so this one's a keeper. Petals of Paradise. The notes are, this incredible fragrance is like steeping into a garden paradise, like stepping into a garden paradise with tropical florals and a hint of mandarin orange. This is a fruity scent rather than a floral. It smells like strawberry and sweet, rich vanilla buttercream. There may be a barely detectable smidgen of a floral way in the background. Looking at the scent notes, I don't smell any tropical or orange or mandarin notes. It's actually a nice scent. Throw was good, 3 out of 5. And I forget how long this one lasted. Pistachio Cream Milkshake. Notes are roasted pistachios, whipped honeycomb, white rum, and fresh cream. This one's weak on cold sniff. The pistachio smells a lot like almond, but this scent smells more like milky vanilla with a hint of a nutty note and maybe a smidgen of almond. It's not very sweet. It's more like a vanilla cookie. It's a nice scent, but it's not what I expected. And the throw, actually this one I think was the weakest throw. This was like a fair throw, like a 2.5 out of 5. So this one would work well in a very small room. Roasted Espresso. I also reviewed this one in 2017. The notes are fresh, richly brewed espresso, bestseller. This is the most authentic coffee scent I've ever smelled, and it really does smell like fresh, strong, slightly bitter espresso. It smells more like strong, freshly ground coffee beans. It has just a smidgen of sweetness, but it's definitely not a sweet coffee scent at all. I'm not a fan of a lot of coffee scents because they usually smell fake, but this one is insanely good, crazy strong, a little bit like a tiny bit of a burnt coffee, but it's espresso. That's exactly what it is. And the throw is bold. 5 out of 5, took over the entire house. This one lasted a little bit longer, maybe, no, I guess it lasted about 3 hours or so. But it smells so good, I almost didn't mind. Sweet almond cream. The notes are relax with the richness of fresh sweet almonds. This one smells almost exactly like the almond milk and Tupelo honey scent, with just a barely noticeable difference. Although it's sweet, it's just a tiny bit less sweet and a little less rich than that other scent without the buttercream note. It smells more like sweet almond extract or almond paste rather than marzipan or almond fudge. I love both scents, but I actually like this one more because the throw was bold. 5 out of 5. And I think it lasted a little bit longer. So this one is a winner for me. Thai pear. Notes are Thai pear, fresh and crisp, a pure pear fragrance with earthy notes on the back end. This is a fantastic, authentic sweet pear scent. It smells a lot like the ivy and pear scent, but that scent is not as sweet, and this scent has maybe a hint of an apple note and possibly a smidgen of a barely detectable floral way in the background. It's a bright, happy scent. Although the notes say earthy, I don't detect any earthy notes. And the throw is good, like a 3.25 out of 5. And last is whiskey and sweet tobacco. Notes are a pure tobacco leaf and crisp whiskey. On cold sniff, I smell sweet tobacco, cedar, a hint of patchouli, and a smidgen of a rum note. But when melted, I just smell patchouli and cedar with maybe a smidgen of tobacco and no rum. It's a very nice scent. Throw was good, 3 out of 5. Not as strong as I'd like. It would do well in a smaller room. So there you have it. Those are all the Swan Creek melt scents that I just bought. Like I said, they all, for the most part, they all smell fantastic. They just did not last nearly long enough. 1 to 2 hours, maybe 3 hours, with a couple of exceptions. If you want to read a text version of this review, just go to waxmeltreviews.com and feel free to join our Facebook group where we discuss all different brands and scents of retail and store-bought wax melts. And you can find the link to our Facebook group underneath this video and on our website at waxmeltreviews.com. Oh my God, this has been a half-hour long review, probably one of the longer ones that I've done. So if you've made it this far, thanks for sticking with me and have a great day.